about to have a really good time, and it's sure to make you smile. On the bus, in the car, on the AirPods without wires. Rank it up on the works on it's the Bad and Liam podcast. Bad and Liam podcast.
G'day there, podcaster.
Very exciting. This is, I would say, I don't know about you, but I feel like this was the show of the week so
Yeah,
far.
it's only Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday. Oh, I mean, it's going to be hard to top over the next couple of days. But look, hey, why don't you, I don't want to put any preconceived thoughts on it. Why don't you just have a listen?
Yeah.
You enjoy for what it is.
And then when we come back, we'll tell you a little behind the scenes-y secret.
Yeah.
And what a time to tune in, because if you listen to radio, you would know that in the DNA of radio is classic stitch-ups and pranks.
It was all built on prank calls.
Yep.
Don't see as many of them these days.
Nope.
But, yeah, quite often hosts will get a bit stuck into each other, you know.
Now, I saw the opportunity for a perfect stitch-up yesterday, and I took that opportunity. I'll tell you what I did to Liam, but first we have to tell you about this chance to come to Bali.
Yeah, we're really excited. We're heading over to Bali with a whole bunch of listeners. Can't believe this is real. All thanks to What If. They are making this possible. Now, the way you can get aboard Flight 919 is registering via the Nova Player app. We get a whole list of names. We read them out in these sort of boarding calls, and then people call us back if they hear their name.
Yeah, so you hear your name on the radio, you call up, you're on the waiting list.
There's so many names as well. So, because we're doing it all throughout the day on Nova. So what will happen, after the show, someone will give us a big list, and then Ben and I go through, and we're Chad Smith from
And
yada yada.
This is where I saw the perfect opportunity for the stitch-up, because Liam and I were reading dozens and dozens of names.
There is, and there's some tricky names in there.
Yeah.
There is some tricky names.
And a couple of times, Liam and I said to each other, these can't be real. Some of them surely aren't real.
Some of you have very funny names.
Yeah, so what I did was I got a bunch of fake names. I wrote all these fake names and then gave them to the producers, and then they put them on the official document that Liam reads out, so that he was reading out all the fake names. I wanted to see how many I could get him to read before he broke.
A few slipped through the keeper, but I mean, you'll hear in a second. This is our recording session after the show, but I did get pretty wise to it. This is your Captains Ben and Liam speaking on Flight 919. We're currently at a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. Our next stop, Bali Denpasar. We are calling passengers Polly Woodcock, Paralawi.
Cooper Forrest, Fulham.
Amanda Mount, Wasleys.
James Mack, Hackham.
That's not real.
Look at that name.
That can't be real. Aaron McWinkleberry. I really hope that guy wins. Parafield Gardens. I'm sorry, but it is a little bit of a funny name.
Joe McFarlane, Woodville South.
You're doing a bit where you
That's such a funny name.
You've got to be doing a bit.
I'm not doing a bit, I swear to God.
You got to be with me.
I'm not.
You have to be.
Mate, I'm telling you.
Mate, there's no way.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Engelbert Badinsky, Old Norlunga.
Hudson Cotts, Glenelg North.
Tyson Heehaw. Salisbury Downs.
Imogen Baker, Hyde Park.
We're doing a bit. Derrkin McFlerken, Langhorne Creek. Derrkin McFlerken.
Well, I think you figured out now, Liam, that it is a bit.
Mate, as soon as I saw Aaron McWinkleberry, I knew we were doing a bit.
WhatIf.com is all about helping Aussies make the most out of every holiday. And now's the time to unapologetically holiday bigger and better than ever before. Jump online or the What If app and book your getaway today. What If? It's Aussie for travel.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
G'day, good morning to Molly in Mile End. How you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Oh, very well, thanks, Molly. 5 questions in front of us. If you can get them all right, you're going to be able to pick the next song we play.
And you get a prize from the prize bucket.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
Awesome.
First question. KFC is using cabbage instead of lettuce because of the Queensland, New South Wales floods, which is horrific. What does KFC call their wraps?
Oh, goodness.
You don't know what a KFC wrap is called with the pepper mayo. You can also supercharge it.
You don't?
Nah. Sorry.
Oh,
Gee
Molly.
whiz.
That's all right.
Gee whiz. Rick from Warradale. I mean, surely you would know what a KFC wrap is called.
Morning, Ben and Liam. Yeah, that's my favourite. That's the Twister.
That's the twister, mate.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I can't go wrong with the mayonnaise on that. Hey, Baz Luhrmann has revealed Harry Styles was actually keen to play Elvis in the upcoming movie, but he didn't let him. Can you name one other Baz Luhrmann film?
Moulin Rouge?
He did Moulin Rouge.
Good one to choose.
Yeah. Look, you like a KFC twister, but you also have a bit of culture. Moulin Rouge is your fave. Okay, Rick, question number 3. Schoolies is back this year after COVID disruptions. What did you do for Schoolies?
I went down to Victor Harbour.
Unreal. Which campsite were you? Were you the beach site one or like the one closer to the city?
No, we were in a pretty trash one. I forget the name of it, but
Yeah,
Sounds great.
yeah. No, I was at the one near the creek, so a little further back. Good times though.
yeah, no, it might have been the same one.
Hey, what year were you, Rick?
2012 graduated.
Right, there you go. I was 2013, so just missed you.
Ah.
Oh, happy birthday to you! Great small chat, wasn't that?
Who's riveting?
That's the sound someone makes when they go to get a drink and finish up with you. Anyway. Catch you later. Good chat. Okay, well, happy birthday to Jerry Stiller, who would be 95 today. R.I.P. Who is his famous son?
Ben Stiller?
Yes. Last one, Ringo Starr has received an honorary degree from Berklee College of Music. Can you finish these lyrics?
Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine. It's good stuff, Rick. Do you have kids?
No.
Well, you and the boys are going to Lightyear next Wednesday. Disney Pixar's Lightyear, the definitive Buzz Lightyear origin story in cinemas June 16. You can see it at wallacinemas.com.au.
Have you been looking forward to that one, Rick?
Yeah, I have actually.
Yeah, I reckon it looks like a good movie.
All right, to infinity and beyond.
All right, and you get to choose the next song we play. So, do you want my upbeat sunshine song this morning?
I know it's up for me.
Because it is a little gloomy anyway, would you rather wave the white flag?
There will be no white flag above my door.
Bit of Dido.
Oh, that's a tough one. Go with the first one, the sunshine one.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Rick. This is Len, Still My Sunshine.
I know it's up for me. Making sure I'm not in too deep.
Ben and Liam. Dopamine for your ears.
And we're also joined now by the Love Rat.
Well, g'day, Love Rat. Loverat at overfm.com.au is the email if you ever want to reach out, just like Holly in Outer Harbour. She said, hey guys, I'm the type of person who falls head over heels for the guys I'm dating way too fast. I usually don't have time to notice the red flags you see in men that put you off in the early stages. But the guy I've been seeing for about 3 months has a major red flag that I need your advice with. It's his relationship with his mum. She said, let's just say it's weird. He's on the phone to her every single day. If he misses his nightly call, he gets snappy and distant. And it says here, if we're at his parents' house or a family event, he'll always just sit next to her. They're way too close, and it feels like no girl will ever be good enough for her boy. What do you think, Love Rat? Is this a red flag? Too big to ignore?
Look, I have a feeling towards like mummy's boys, which is very uncommon, which is I support them. I think they're the best things ever.
What do you mean?
Guys that guys that are really close with their mums.
But you're never going to be better than, not that you want
But
to
I
be
don't
necessarily,
think
but you're
that's
never
a
going to be
problem.
better than their mum.
Then again,
But
I
their
would
mum
see,
brought
like,
them
compared
here.
to you, Ben,
Yeah.
I would say I'm a mummy's boy. Like, I took mum out for dinner
Yes.
for Mother's Day over the weekend. However, I would speak to her, like, once a week. I don't speak to her every day. I would say a nightly call is weird.
Yeah, that's a bit much. But it shows that, like, you have respect for women. And
I
you
would say
thank your mum for
it's a
everything she's
bigger
done.
red flag if you were just awful to your parents, if you were, like, really rude.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yes. And I've been with, like, you know, some of my boyfriends in the past were, like, on that end of the scale, but they also, like, relied on their mum heaps still, but they kind of were still like, oh yeah, mum, but here's my washing. I'm like, well,
Yeah, but
come
that's
on, man.
probably where it is. Like, I think loving your mum, obviously, that's amazing. But then if you're still getting your mum to do your washing, or if she's still looking after you, and you're a grown ass man, well,
absolutely.
then that's the red flag.
And talking red flags, like, there are so many that you tend to kind of pick up with experience. And I've had my fair share of, you know, like, going on first dates and stuff during my time being single. And my biggest red flag was if you ask someone, so, you know, like, what do you do for a hobby? What do you do outside of work? If they say, oh, not a lot, or like, oh, yeah, don't really, like, hang out with a lot of people. Major red flag, I think, because usually down the track it means they have no friends, they rely on you a lot, and you are their only thing in
Wow,
life,
okay.
and they don't do anything outside of work, and the couch is their best friend.
I reckon another red flag for you, Belle, would be that guy that took you to the 8-ball place.
Oh, that's
and he
right.
smoked
Pool
you.
table
The pool, and he smoked you in every game. He never let you win.
His first date was like,
Massive red
hey,
flag.
here's a weird thing. Should we play 8-ball? Because I do it all the time. Yeah, I'm going to smoke you with my 8-ball prowess.
I didn't even see if that was a red flag or not because I left him straight away, so I don't know what his deal
I remember
was.
I went on a date with a girl once, and we were just at dinner, and she was like, "Excuse me, like we haven't had any," and like was like being rude to the staff, and I was like, I just wanted to like.
That's so opposite to you as well, Liam.
Oh,
I can
yeah,
imagine you sitting there silently.
It's like how you treat other people.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, she was like
absolutely.
nice enough to me, but I'm like, why are you being so rude to that
Absolutely.
guy?
I reckon a red flag, I've got two. One would be kind of similar to yours, Liam, if they don't treat animals well. Like if they're not good with pets,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big red flag. And another one would be when they call their friends the boys. If they call their friends the boys, but they're serious, like you can say it ironically, but if you actually call your friends the boys,
Yeah.
that's a pretty
No,
big red flag.
That's true. That is true.
I definitely say the boys.
Yeah, but do you say it as a joke, or do you actually think
don't
your friends are
know.
the boys?
My group chat is boys, boys, boys.
Oh, get over
I did not
yourself.
want to see in that group chat.
All right, dating red flags, 13 24 10. Give us a buzz if you know of one. If you've come across one through a date, let us know.
Kelly, what was the red flag?
They spoke very badly of their ex-girlfriend.
Okay, that's
That's a good point, because I suppose, even if they're, it didn't work out there, I suppose you still want to treat them with respect.
That's Kelly. That's a lot like when, in everyday life, when someone's a real big gossip, you know that they're gossiping about you to other people.
Yes.
for sure. For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Secrets
absolutely.
aren't safe. Yeah.
Good one, Kelly.
Yeah, I like that. Amber from None.
Nan.
Sorry, I always get a bit sorry, Amber, I can't say your suburb right. I once said it like Narn on air. I get scared every time I look at it because I'm like, oh, is it like naan bread? Is it
Yes.
Nan?
No, it's Nan, like
Nan.
cans.
Nan.
It's
Amber from
it's
Nan.
spelt Narn.
It is. To be fair, it's spelt Narn.
Okay, well, don't go off how things are spelt.
Okay.
Amber.
From Nan.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dating red flags. What was yours?
Well, actually, my ex thought that I had a red flag. He thought that I spent too much time with my family.
Right. So similar to this sort of one that
How-
we emailed about.
How much time were you spending with your family, you reckon, in a week?
Well, we have family dinners once a week, and then I go over there every morning for a hot chocolate. And then if they message me like they're doing something, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll come.
Okay.
Yeah, Amber, I was sort of like, nah, that's cool. And then as you were speaking, my little red flag started going, beep, beep.
It's a tough one though because it's tough because you can spend as much time as you want with your family. That's your right to do that. But it does seem like you're spending a lot of time with them.
Every day that's a lot of family
Amber,
time.
2 questions. How old are you?
Yeah.
And do you live far from them?
I'm 23 and I live like 2 minutes away from them.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so they're also in Norrin.
23 to me makes that more digestible. Like if you're in your 40s.
You know.
Hot chocolate for me.
Yeah.
I suppose you're
good on
young.
you, Amber.
I would say a red flag is when someone thinks of themselves more than you. I don't know, Ben, if you know this. I don't know if you've seen, but we obviously did a coffee run this morning. Very nice of Producer Bill to get the coffees.
Yep.
I gave her my card.
Yep.
And I've just sort of looked over, and we've got these little piddly, almost piccolado-sized coffees that fit into our hand, on my card, mind you.
Yeah.
And Bill has basically a bucket of coffee next to her.
Hang on, did you get yourself a large and you
Look
got
at
us
that,
a
look
small?
at that, look at those.
Well, I mean, you guys can afford
Whoa.
Red flag for me.
Big
Not
red
a red
flag.
flag.
That's a
You're
strike.
flashing your bank card around. Of course, I got Andy a giant hot chocolate as well. Why
That's
did
a
you give crap
strike.
to him?
Producer Bell, unbelievable. Wow. Okay.
Okay, Vivian joins us now. Do you have a red flag for us?
I have plenty of them in mind, and this comes from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the ultimate red flags is, love bombing from a, true narcissist behaviour.
What's
for
love
example,
bombing?
love bombing, can be anything from writing you. And I'm talking like straight away from meeting and the first few weeks, writing you love songs, poems, serenading you on the guitar, buying you flowers, and probably the most creepiest one was dragging me to the shops to buy me a promise ring.
Wow.
And talking about having kids, little mini-me's running around, and I actually felt trapped. I didn't even want to date this guy. It was really bad. I had to report him to the police, and a lot of ladies in Adelaide actually know about him.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
No,
yeah.
Vivian, I'm very familiar with the love bombing term. Like, love bombing like Vivian said, it's basically like going at 110% for like the first few weeks or months and then just completely backing off.
Yeah, I reckon that writing a song about someone, that could be romantic. But some of the other stuff you were saying, I can see that being a bit intense.
It makes you feel like you owe them or you have to rely on them.
Did he write you a song, Viv?
Yeah, I think it's okay if it comes from a genuine, if you've been dating for a little while, but when it has an ulterior motive to, suck you in and make you feel trapped and sorry for them, then that can be scary. So especially when you're in a naive and vulnerable position, then, yeah, it definitely sucks you in.
100%.
Yeah, that's a red flag for sure. Well, thanks for your call, Viv. And Ben's grown up a lot since your last date as well, so...
Try not to laugh. That was pretty funny.
This is a voiceover sweep to break up the podcast.
What did you bring in for show and tell? 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. I was taking the dog for a walk yesterday with my wife Sam, and while we were walking, Liam, she started laughing, and I said, "What's funny?" And she said, I saw something that reminded me of when I was a kid. Another kid brought that in for show and tell, and I said, "What was it?" And she said, "Well, look, see on the road there. You know when you're driving and they got the reflectors glued to the road?
Yeah.
A kid brought one of those in." Which just reeks of, I didn't have anything to bring in, so I forgot.
And I saw that on the way to school, and I thought, that's pretty cool. And then he had to think of sort of a backstory for that.
And then it made me think, well, what did I do for show and tell? Because everyone does it.
Yeah.
And then I remembered, actually, I thought it was pretty cool. In year 1 for show and tell, I brought in a greyhound. Pretty cool.
Obviously, your parents bred them and raced them, and it was your job to catch them after the race was done.
Yeah, so we had a greyhound. Her name was Bev.
Yeah.
And we brought Bev in, and I remember, we put the race number on her, and I'm pretty sure Mum brought in a VHS of one of her races.
And did you get Bev to do a few laps?
Yeah. Yeah.
And all the other parents were like, "Get up, you dog! Come on! Oh, jeez, I've lost the house on that."
But in the looking back, I reckon I would have killed that day.
That is pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember. Harry, my mate.
Yeah.
He at school. He this is a ripper. I think I've told you this before, but they had a pirate copy of Shrek 2.
Yeah.
And the parents were saying, we're not allowed to have that. You remember when it was actually dicey to have a pirate copy, whether it was from Bali or whatever. Yeah. And they're like, we're not allowed to, talk about this. And he brought it in for show and tell. And because it was before it was out on DVD.
Oh, wow, before it was out. Okay.
Yeah. And he said, "Oh, no, the reason we got this is because Mum filmed it in the cinema."
Which is even worse.
I know. And then the teacher had to call home and be like, are you filming movies and burning DVDs?
What did you bring in for show and tell? 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. Maybe it was you, or maybe someone else brought something in for show and tell and you still remember what it was to this day. Sean, what did you bring in?
When I was in grade 3, I stole my mum's engagement ring to tell everyone she was getting married.
Well, that's cute. I mean, if she wasn't looking for it the whole day, 'cause
Yeah.
obviously normally you put the rings on in the morning,
Yeah.
and I'm sure by then it had already caused a bit of a fuss.
Horrifying for mum, but nonetheless, Sean, a good story. Brad joins us now. What did you bring in for show and tell?
Yeah, hey guys, I brought in a prosthetic leg that my grandpa had.
Oh, your grandpa?
With or without permission?
With permission. He sat in the top car park while I showed and told it. And,
I was going to say, yeah, that would be pretty bad if Grandpa was just asleep and you took his leg and he just got up to go to the toilet and fell to the side.
How did it go down with the classroom?
yeah, people were surprised, but yeah, he did have his shoe still on there, so...
No time to waste, Grandpa. I'm late for show and tell. We're joined now by Adelaide. Good morning. What did you bring in?
Good morning. I brought my horse in.
Your horse? Your whole horse in?
A whole horse.
Well, that trumps greyhound for sure. So obviously you didn't bring it into the classroom though, did you?
No, he was too big for that, so he stayed on the lawn and the whole school came to see him.
That's unreal.
That's a good one.
It would have been even better though if they're like, now it's Adelaide's turn. You just came galloping in through the door.
Thanks, Adelaide. Sean joins us now. What did you bring in for show and tell?
Morning, fellas. So I would have been about 9 at the time in primary school at North Haven, so down there out of harbour.
Yep.
And there was a US Navy ship docked for the weekend, and I brought a Navy sailor into school.
So hang on. So you just went up to one of the sailors and said, "Hey, you reckon you could come in to my school because we're doing this show and tell thing?"
Yeah, so they gave us a tour over the ship that weekend, and we became friends with him. And I said, "Would you mind showing up to my school tomorrow morning?" Didn't tell the teacher.
Yeah.
And he rocked up and gave a talk about the ship.
Wow, in full uniform?
Yeah, full uniform, full dress white.
Did he display some choker holds and that sort of stuff? Backflipping over some kids and that sort of thing.
Pretty good, Sean. Thank you very much. Karen, good morning. This was your son, is that right?
Yes, yeah. I'd been in for surgery and had gallstones out, and back then they used to give them to you. Yeah, and he took the gallstones in. But that wasn't the worst bit was he come home later on with them, and I was looking in the jar and I said, "Did anyone go near this?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, one of the kids was opening it and had a look and that, and there was one missing."
Oh, come on! They're not marbles!
Oh, no! I was thinking the whole time, it'd be funny if you said someone ate one, but then that wouldn't be funny. That'd be horrific.
Kids like, "Oh, this warhead's pretty sour."
That makes me feel physically sick.
One was missing. Oh, that's crook.
Well, Karen, do you want to go to the movies?
I'd love to go to the movies.
Well, you can go see Lightyear.
Yeah, we'll send you along with 4 tickets.
P to the O to the D to the cast.
Haven't done this one in a while.
Cool or not cool? Cool, cool, not cool.
Producer Bell gives us 3 topics each, Ben. We have 3 seconds to decide whether they're cool or not cool.
3, 2, 1.
All right, first off the list this morning, cool or not cool, schoolies.
3, 2, 1.
Cool. Yeah, school is back now this year. You'll be happy.
It didn't happen last year because of COVID.
Because of COVID, yeah.
Yep.
And the year before.
Oh, really? I thought it happened that year.
2020? No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe around the country it was pretty much, everyone stay in your house.
Yeah, you'd be happy, Ben, because as we all know, you're a toolie.
Mate, I wasn't a toolie.
Did you finish year 12?
No.
Did you go to schoolies?
Yes.
You're a toolie.
You don't have to finish year 12. That's not a prerequisite.
It's kind of the bit.
The whole idea is that it's a celebration of finishing your
If
exams.
there was people standing at the gate of schoolies and they said, "Show me your year 12 certificate to get in," well, then, I get it. But they don't do that.
Yeah, that's how toolies get in.
It's just if you're of age, you're allowed to go do it.
To be fair, though, it was pretty weird when you did it when you were 25. Oh, congrats, guys. Yeah.
I was 17.
School leavers.
I was 17.
All right, cool or not cool, Uber.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. What? Not cool.
Cool? Yeah, why don't you like Uber?
Nah, I mean, broadly, I like Uber, but this morning it just annoyed me. I got an Uber to work this morning.
Yeah.
And so I was getting dressed as it was pulling up. So I was all ready for work. I was just getting dressed. And as it pulled up, it has those like pre-messages that you can send. I just hit be right there.
Yeah.
And the Uber driver shot back, hurry up.
What?
I was furious.
Straight
Don't
away.
I
tell
was
me to hurry
furious.
up.
Normally they're like, no worries. I get it if they could say hurry up if they were waiting for 3, 4, 5
yeah.
minutes. But then I got in the car and I was so angry that I didn't even talk to him.
Oh,
I didn't even talk to him for the whole trip.
yeah.
And then when I got to work, I had the stars in front of me. And I was about to give him 3, and then I just skipped it because I thought, no, I'm better than that. And also, I didn't realize, but if you do 3 or lower, you have to give a reason. And I didn't. I was like, that's,
really?
It's too much paperwork. I'm like, whatever. Like, you can just be rude to someone else.
Yeah, wow.
All right, finally, cool or not cool? Subway.
3, 2, 1.
Not cool.
Cool.
I hate
Subway fresh.
I hate how much you love Subway. I find it comical.
It's reasonably priced. It's a huge serving. You don't think it's reasonably priced? It's like $10 for a footlong. It's insane.
$10 for a sandwich.
Are you with me, Belle? Do you think it's weird that Liam loves Subway?
It's so weird.
Don't
to
get me wrong. Like, I'll get Subway sometimes. Like, I'm not.
If you're desperate.
Yeah, I'm not against Subway. But
It's
I
not
find
first choice.
I find it funny that it's Liam's first choice.
I think
we eat a lot of Subway.
Subway to me is like after school, like year 8
Yeah.
kind of, and you're like,
Yeah.
buying my own food.
Subway to me
Ooh,
is
gonna
like
get a
I'm
sandwich.
a little bit hungover on a Sunday. I might
It
get a
is
Subway.
not hangover food whatsoever.
It fills you up. It's
Absolutely
sort of fresh.
not. When we were doing the kidnap show, we were lucky. We got Uber Eats, right? And so
And Ben had a big whinge because one day I said I wanted Subway.
You have all the options of Uber Eats, right? You've got every single cuisine you can imagine under the sun. Liam wanted Subway.
Yeah, and
Are
Ben,
you
and Ben
serious?
had a
Make a sandwich.
Ben had a strop and was like, "No, I'm not getting Subway. I'm getting a Vietnamese roll." I'm like, it's literally the same thing.
It's
just,
not.
It's
It's not. It's totally
just smaller.
different. It's totally different.
Well,
mate, you eat Subway and Ice Magic.
He was
Grow up.
he was getting stuck into me for my Subway, and then he was ordering Chinese every night, and he was just having honey chicken by itself. Tell me that is not more childish.
Liam Pod Men Cast. Wait, I said that wrong. Ben and Liam Podcast.
What a nightmare. Due to lettuce shortages, Aussie KFC stores are now using cabbage in their burgers. Did someone say, yuck? That's finger-licking not good. No one likes cabbage. And this is hell for me because my favourite thing ever is lasagna burger.
Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of them in my life, but it's accompanied by my least favourite thing on earth, hot cabbage.
You hate cabbage that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't remember why I hate hot cabbage so much?
I don't know.
I've not told you this before.
Should I remember? Oh, yeah. I remember now.
So,
yeah.
So when I was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Don't laugh. I had shocking acne, and my mum had read somewhere that putting steaming hot cabbage in a tea towel and wrapping it tightly around your face would help with your skin. So I did that every damn day for months on end. It didn't clear anything up. I still had acne, and to top it off, I just smelled like cabbage at school.
So you were cabbage boy?
Acne cabbage boy.
How often? So you were like, what time of the day were you putting the cabbage on your face?
Sometimes I'd go for a morning cabbage sesh.
Wow.
Pre-shower, but it's hard to get rid of the stink of cabbage.
Yeah.
A nightly cabbage soak would be quite regular.
Yep.
And
were you able to watch cartoons while the cabbage was on?
No, I was just looking into cabbage. It was literally the whole face was just like cabbage.
Most kids grew up watching cartoons.
Yeah.
Cheese TV, Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah.
Saddle Club, what have you.
Not
But
me.
Liam grew up watching cabbage.
Yeah, I had steaming hot cabbage like tied to my face.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this morning? 13, 24, 10. As a teen, what did you do to try and cure the ugly? So, maybe you'd heard this trick might get rid of this, or, maybe you look a little better in your year 9 photos if you try this.
I don't know if this quite fits, Len. Tell me if it doesn't or not. But I remember, so I've got like naturally curly hair.
Yeah.
But I remember to try and tame the curls and to get them into like ringlets, I used to, every morning before I'd go to school, I'd put like a big handful of conditioner in my hair. Because that would...
Like in the shower?
No,
Or like
after a shower.
So after a shower, you got out of the shower.
Yep.
And then you just put
conditioner,
like squidgy, wet conditioner in your hair.
Yeah, but then my hair would be like super, like it would hold the water, like it would be super wet. But then after about an hour, it would start to curl up. But it would be like tight curls. It wouldn't be like frizzy curls or like loose curls.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's interesting. Well, yeah, that is exactly what I'm sort of looking
Okay,
for.
great.
As a teenager, what did you do to try and cure the ugly? 13 24 10 is the number.
On the text line, Rosa said, a bit of a classic, but I used to put tissues down my bra to make it look like I had boobs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did that too. Jess joins us now. Jess, what did you do as a teen to try and cure the ugly?
So I used to dye my hair black, and when my regrowth would come in and I would be ready, like going out, I would use permanent texture to fill in the regrowth.
That's awesome.
And weirdly, it works.
Oh, no.
How old were you when you were doing that, Jess?
I was probably about 17 because I couldn't afford to get my hair redone.
Yeah. And you just would have smelt like Sharpie. Like
Colouring in your hair. That's a good one.
Oh, so good. Shannon, what were you doing as a teenager?
Hey, Ben and Liam. I was using cow udder ointment for my psoriasis.
Oh,
Cow udder ointment. So that was a product that farmers would use for cows on their udders, but you were using it for yourself.
Yes.
Oh, did it work?
Well, I'm not sure. I reckon it helped because I don't have the little psoriasis spots anymore. So
I must ask Shannon because maybe I'm the only one in the room that doesn't know. What is psoriasis? Is it a skin thing?
yeah, it's just it's like eczema, but it's just a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So you needed the heavy duty stuff. You needed the stuff for the cattle.
Who suggested that, Shannon? Was that your idea or mum and dad's?
It was my auntie's.
Oh,
okay.
It does sound like a real auntie. Like, yo, you gotta yeah, I use that on the cattle at home. Chantel, as a teenager, what did you try and do to cure the ugly?
Oh, I had horrible acne, like so bad.
Same.
So I got an exfoliating mitt, scrubbed my forehead for 10 minutes till it was like raw, like sunburn and bleeding. Then my mum tried to make me go to school, so she dropped me off. I got on the bus, went straight back home.
Oh, old scab head.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's rough.
No, you know what you should
It was
try?
disgusting.
You know what? You should have put some cabbage around your head. I don't know. It didn't work for me. Could have worked for you. Sandra, what were you doing?
My sister had a lot of freckles, and she was told that if she put a fresh, wet nappy on her face and rubbed it on the freckles, they would disappear. And she did it.
Oh, that seems just like a thing a bully's made up.
Yeah,
eh?
or an older sister, perhaps, Sandra.
Yeah.
Hey?
Eyes on you. Kristen, what did you do to cure the ugly?
I had pretty bad teeth in high school. Super embarrassed about it. Grabbed a cheap nail file from the teeth shop and tried to file them down my face.
That seems painful.
Oh, no.
Didn't hurt. It didn't work either.
Oh. That's shocking, Kristen.
That's hardcore.
Oh, last one here from Jackie. What did you try and do?
So when I was growing up, I used to swim a lot and my hair was really blonde and it used to go green. And so the only thing that I could do to get rid of the green was to wash my hair in cans of tomato soup.
Where's Jackie? Oh, she's just having her soup shower. Yeah, I don't understand teenage girls.
Here's another bit of curry.
What's trending? Trending all over the internet. Twitter. Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Hey guys, well, Matt McConaughey, Hollywood star. There's always been that talk of the last few years of him running for Texas governor, but he may be one step closer after he visited the White House to meet President Joe Biden and gave a moving speech.
We need to invest in mental health care. We need safer schools. We need to restrain sensationalized media coverage. We need to restore our family values. We need to restore our American values.
I love Matthew McConaughey, and I agreed with what he was saying in his speech, but it does feel like he's just reading a script for the first time. Values.
If you look at the
coverage. Just giving himself some buffer time to maybe have a look at the next line.
So you agree we have to restore the great American values?
All right. No, it was all about gun reform.
It was, yeah.
That's good old Liam, the American.
No, I'm a red-blooded American man. No, I just think they need to sort their gun laws out, which I think everyone in Australia agrees with.
Absolutely. And the movie of the moment, Elvis.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Did you guys know that Harry Styles actually... He almost Bruce played Elvis in the film, the lead role, which was given to Austin Butler, who we had on the show. Harry was very, very keen to do the role, but director of the film, Baz Luhrmann, actually sat down with Nova's Fitzy and Whipper and said this.
He was just desperate to put the suit on and explore. And he's such a great spirit. And the real issue with Harry is he's Harry Styles. He's already an icon.
And that's such a true point. If you watch that film and it was Harry playing the lead role, playing Elvis, it's like, no, that's just a movie about Harry Styles.
He is an iconic singer. Is he an iconic actor? I mean, he didn't in Dunkirk. He didn't really do much, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, Harry! It's kind of weird. It's like, it kind of brings you out of World War II when there's someone from One Direction sitting in the trenches.
Absolutely. And I think, if he was in the film, would he be able to sing like Elvis? I don't know. I feel like he'd just sing like Harry Styles.
Well, look, if you missed our chat with Austin Butler, the man who did it, definitely not a name you've heard of before, but absolutely crushed the movie. That is in the Ben and Liam podcast.
And finally, with the rising cost of living, sadly, we are having to say goodbye to pony clubs.
Hello world, this is me.
A fair few pony clubs are having to shut their doors after unsustainable numbers, so they're just dropping off. These have been running for decades, but now just less and less ponies coming through the door.
Well, there's only one solution for that.
What?
You put them all down.
Okay, that has nothing to do with this, Ben. That has nothing to do with
Yes, it does. You're saying there's too many ponies.
No, I said there's not enough ponies.
What do you mean there's not enough ponies?
There's not enough people, riding the ponies and, coming through with their
I
ponies.
don't think this is something we should be joking about, guys. Like, kids who ride ponies, they've got it really hard, okay? and next it's going to be the rowing clubs. And what are those poor kids going to do? They're probably going to turn to crime and dirty sports like football and soccer, and I don't want to see it. And that's the end of the Ben and Liam podcast. Ben, earlier at the start of the episode, you promised a behind-the-scenes secret. Is that just that the show is going to be from a different state tomorrow?
Yeah, so at the moment, as we record this, we're in Adelaide.
But tomorrow, the show will be coming from Sydney.
So still doing the Adelaide Breakfast Radio Show, but we are going to be in Sydney for another work thing.
And look, to be honest, you wouldn't notice or care otherwise, but it's just fun sometimes to feel like if you listen to the podcast, you're just in the know. You know, you know we're going to be, rubbing shoulders with your Fitzy and Whippers.
So, at the moment, we're in, the radio studio, but normally, because, I'd say once or twice, maybe 3 times a year, you do a show from, another state.
Yeah.
And when you do it from Sydney, they always put us in the broom cupboard.
Yeah, literally there is all these, really nice, swanky studios, but all the other shows,
Fitzy and Whipper are in there, and,
you get Kate Ritchie's knocking about.
Yeah, Smallsy, they all get the nice studios. So they literally...
literally last time there was an actual cupboard, not joking, with brooms in it.
Yep. And they put the microphones in there.
Yeah.
And we beam the show back to Adelaide from there.
And people are just like, you guys are here. Where are you doing the show from this morning? We're like, just in that cupboard, the linen press,
where the brooms are. Yeah, that's literally where we do the show from.
But, sometimes they're the most fun.
Yeah.
Because it sort of breaks the pattern up a little bit. So enjoy tomorrow's show from the broom cupboard.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.